Education 1030 students, I hope everyone had a great week last week. Well, we are finally at the end of the semester. This is your last week of classes. So I wanted to start first by looking at the syllabus so you can kind of see what's going to happen this last week and a half. So if you see here, we are starting to study for our Unit 3 exams. So the review materials for Exam 3 are going to be open on April 25th and they will close May 1st. So you'll see here, one of the other things that you're going to be finishing and completing is going to be your last Exploring the Field video reflection. That also will be due on May 1st. So just make sure that you get those submitted to the Dropbox, as well as your reading organizer. So remember, those reading organizers are a way for you to study, so it's a study tool, but also you can earn bonus points for the Exam 3. The final exam, we'll talk about in just a minute, is going to be during finals week. And it is not comprehensive. It will only be over the last unit, Unit 3. So that's something that we'll be looking at. So those review materials that are open are for Unit 3 exam. And then lastly, I will be talking about what we call our wrap-up materials, so closing the course out, some things that you need to do. So if we go into the table of content underneath Unit 3, you're going to see a section right underneath Chapter 2 that says Exam 3 Review Materials and Exam 3 in Exploring the Field. So you'll see here you have it open April 25th, and it will close when the exam opens. So you're going to have a lot of time to study. I opened it early because I know everyone's schedule is not conducive to having it right before we take our exam. So I wanted to open it early. So that's open for you. Our Exam 3 is going to be over our last unit. What we mean by that is Unit 3 covered Chapters 9, 10, 11, and 2. So that is what your study materials will cover. So if you look here in the study materials, it's going to follow the same guidelines and structure as the other 2 unit exams we've had. So you're going to have your exam review sheet, your reading organizers, you have Quizlets, and within the Quizlets I broke it down so we have matching practice, we have learning practice, test practice, as well as flashcards. So all of that is available. I highly encourage you to take advantage of that. As well as you'll see here underneath it, we have our link to our Exam 3. So finals week starts May the 5th. So with our exam, since this is an online course, it will start on May the 5th at 8 a.m. So that's when it will open, and it will close on May the 6th, which is Tuesday, at 11:30 p.m. So that really gives you 2 full days, like a window of time to be able to take it. Now, remember, exams you cannot take multiple times. It will just be one time, not like our quizzes, and it is timed. You will have 50 minutes to answer 60 questions. So just make sure that you don't hit begin quiz until you are ready to take it. And the exam must be completed once it's started. So as the same premise goes with the Unit 1 and Unit 2, we do not have proctoring for this exam because I would let you use your review sheets. So I will not be proctoring the final exam. You will not come here on campus to take it. It will be online. You will do exactly like you've done for Unit 1 and Unit 2 exam. Now, you're exploring the field. You had to submit 3 video reflections for the entire term. Many of us have already turned in all 3, which is perfectly fine. But if you haven't submitted that last Exploring the Field reflection, make sure that you do that because that is also due on May the 1st. And lastly, I want to go over our end of the course wrap-up. So there's a couple things that you're going to have to do to finish out the semester, and I put the dates here for you. Now, I did open it early because, like I mentioned, with the study review materials, everyone's schedule is a little bit different. This is an asynchronous course, so I wanted to give us lots of flexibility for us to be able to do this at your convenience. So you'll see here there's 2 things that you're going to have to do in wrapping up this course. The first one is course feedback. Now, I know a while ago they had sent you a message on when you get into eLearn saying you had to review your courses. This is specifically tailored to our course, right? And so what I mean by that is for this 1030 course, I really want to get your feedback, right? So this is a really good chance for you to be honest, give open feedback, and this helps me improve the course. So tell me what you liked about it. Tell me things that you took away from it and things you didn't like about it. And if you didn't like something in particular, how do you think it can be improved? So I really value your thoughts and opinions, so please make sure that you do that. Now, the course feedback is opening on May the 1st, but it will close on May the 8th. So that'll give you kind of a large window to get it done. And then lastly, your post-test. Now, the post-test, you have actually already taken this test. If you remember back at the beginning of the semester in week 1, if we can go back that far, you had a test, and I wanted to see what you knew about our course topics, right, our course outcomes. And I asked you things that we haven't covered yet. Well, I told you that at the end of the semester, you're going to take the same exact test again. And what that allows me to do is to see your growth, that you're mastering the course outcomes and objectives. So we want to see how much you've grown over a certain period of time in this semester. So you will be taking that test again. Again, it will open on May the 1st at 12 a.m. and it will close May the 8th at 11:30 p.m. So again, you have kind of the same window of time that you do for the course feedback. So those two activities must be completed as part of our wrap-up course materials. So just make sure that you complete that as well. This will be the last video that I'm going to be doing for this course since it is wrapping up. As always, if you are concerned about anything or you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. But I did also want to remind you that last week I did a video for Chapter 2, but I also covered exploring the field. So don't forget, some of us have already submitted, but you need to make sure that you do your presentation. And if you haven't watched the video on the course homepage, go back because I talked to you about you need to record yourself as well as the screen for this presentation since you're not being able to do it in person in course. That will be what you will be submitting to, you will submit the video to the discussion board. So make sure you go back and watch that. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. It's been a pleasure teaching this semester. I hope that you've taken a lot away from this course. And moving forward, you're able to use these study skills and strategies that you were taught this semester. I hope everyone has a wonderful summer, and I look forward to maybe seeing you in the future and see all the wonderful things that you're doing. Take care, guys.